Hey everyone, welcome back to another video of Jurassic Crater, and this is the final episode, which is just a park tour of the entire map. So pretty much, I'm just going to show the entire map, with hopefully my PC not crashing in the process. But yeah, let's get started straight away and not waste any time. So I'm probably going to try and stay in capture mode, just because it's no hard, it's the best cinematic effects, and it's not going to take as long as first person. So let's just get straight into it. This is the main entrance of the park. We have a few other entrances, but this is the main one you're supposed to come to. You get in here, you see John Hammond straight away, just to sort of memorialise him and what he's done. And then you get a massive plaza with a few restaurants on the other side. And then you get this little cool Jurassic Park statue. Well, not statue, like planter, I guess. And then some fountains, and you go up here into the first crater's viewing platform. Which is, I mean, obviously I'm not going to go on it right now just because we're in cinematic mode. But you have a look around the crater. I don't know if this is, I think this is the widest crater in the park, but it's not the deepest or the longest. I'll go into it just to show the species. So yeah, I can't actually go that deep down though, sadly, because capture mode has a limit. But I'll just get out of it for the time being. And we've got Dreadnoughtus, the Dominion variant. We've got a lot of them. We've got Parasaurolophus, the Dominion ones as well. I know we've got a lot of other species. Triceratops, of course. This is pretty much just a massive, large, mixed herbivore exhibit. I don't know if there's anything else. I thought, yeah, Struthiomimus is in it as well. I have no idea how much there is. I don't know if 11's... Okay, 12. Okay, so we have 12 Struthies. Max are around here. Some of the paras right now. We've also got Stegoceratops, which I just added in because I was like, you know, their locks can be a cool atmosphere at night. And, because they can live with the Triceratops. I was just like, it'd be cool. Then you got the log viewing gallery, just to go in here, get a close-up look with the species. Yeah, I don't really like how all of them gravitate towards the log viewing gallery though. I wish maybe like I could keep each species in a certain spot maybe, like Dreadnoughtus over here, then have like the paras over here, the Triceratops and stuff over here on the side, and the Struthies over here. I think in Evolution 3, the deep water is going to make this possible, stuff to divide them up while keeping them in the same enclosure. So I'm definitely going to take advantage of that. So yeah, we'll get another look into the crater from here. So yeah, pretty much you sort of get a whole view of the park. But yeah, I think it looks great personally from here. It just looks, the atmosphere is just great. We'll go to the right first, honestly. So we go up here, we've got a massive chill area with some more restaurants and stuff, you know. Honestly, with the amount of sort of benches and seats and restaurants and that, you would assume this park has like 50,000 to 100,000 people a day. Maybe more, because I mean, I've seen 1,000 people together before. It's actually not a lot of people, so I would assume this park could hold a lot of people. And this is also just another mixed herbivore exhibit at the top, which is just sort of a river, and it has Diplodocus. You know, this park has almost every species in the game, so there's a lot of species names I'm gonna probably mispronounce in this video. We've got Stegosaurus as well in this enclosure. I don't know if these are the only Stegosaurs in the park. I feel like there might be some more, but I'm just not positive. Man, that's a really nice skin, actually. That's really cool. I swear I had some other species in this enclosure. Oh, yeah, Ankylodocus as well as in here. I think there's just 2 of them though, just because I was... Oh, 4. There's 4 Ankylodocus. Just because I was like, obviously they live with Diplodocus well, I want to see them interact and stuff. And my idea is like, integrating hybrids into the exhibits they can actually live with their host species in. You know, I kind of like the idea of that. I thought there was some other species in this enclosure as well, like maybe some smaller ones or something. Oh, yeah, I've got Dinoceras in here. He's not very small, but there's a few of them in here. Yeah, 4 of them. They're pretty good species. I was like, it'd be cool to see them in here in the mixed herbivore exhibit. And then we go up here throughout the park a bit more, you know. I like how I've really done this back area hiding off the restaurants and stuff, you know what I mean? Viewing platform for this exhibit, which is just it. This wraps around the entire crater, so it's a really long exhibit. It's pretty wide as well, honestly. These dinosaurs are spoiled. But yeah, I've got Nodosaurus, which is actually an underrated species in my opinion. I actually really like these guys. I don't know how much of them there are. It looks like there's 7 or something. It's probably more though. But yeah, some small ankylosaurids to fill in a bit. Then we've got the Jurassic World or Jurassic Park Parasaurolophus. These are the Camp Cretaceous skinned ones, but the Jurassic Park model, these are the Lux ones. Because it's pretty cool walking into the park or whatever and seeing some like glow in the dark light on the other side of the crater. You just want to go explore it. So I was like, yeah, it'd be cool to add them in across this exhibit. There's like 20 of them throughout here. Then we've got this small exhibit here, which is just a bunch of Cryolophosaurus, you know. There's a lot of them because they're actually not big carnivores. They're like small, medium. So I added a lot of them here. Their exhibits kind of standard, you know. It kind of feels like I wanted to capture the sort of atmosphere of Antarctica where they lived. I mean, it was probably different when they were alive, but I heard it was like forest, so I just wanted to capture that sort of feel. Like, it feels very Alaskan, I feel like. So yeah, and then we've got the dome viewing gallery as well in here, which captures the iguanodons and Pachyrhinosaurus in that enclosure. So yeah, I kind of like it. Yeah, go up a bit, obviously we've got this little hilly one with the Dominion iguanodons. You know, I like the Dominion iguanodons just because I think their skins look really nice. Like, not the general frontier ones. I feel like those skins are a bit rushed, just splotches. But the actual movie skin of the Dominion iguanodon, I feel like this is really nice. Not necessarily the model, like just the skin and stuff, the colouring, the patterning. I think it looks pretty good. This does not look like an iguanodon, I'm pretty sure. I mean, that's from what I've heard, like, at all. But I still don't hate it. I don't, like, normally I'll use it as like another species and I'll use Frontiers iguanodon as iguanodon. But yeah, I don't hate these guys. I actually really like them. And then Pachyrhinosaurus, which is pretty much my favourite sort of ceratopsian. Even though Evolution's one could be a little bit better, it's still really cool. I like when it's depicted with feathering and stuff, like it is in Prehistoric Kingdom and Prehistoric Planet. But yeah, these guys are still a good pick. I pretty much pick them for all my builds. Always go for the purple patterning as well in these guys. And then, yeah, this enclosure just keeps going, obviously. Then we've got a massive Piscivore area, which has Baryonyx and Suchomimus. So we've got the Camp Cretaceous skinned ones. Yeah, I think it goes pretty well. And then Suchomimus as well. Just a wetlands kind of enclosure. I think it's pretty cool in my opinion. Then we go up here into a massive aviary area. We've got a little T-Rex sort of statue here, memorial. Then inside of this aviary we have... Okay, we see Barbaridactylus and Dasungaripterus. So, yeah, this is just a tropical-like enclosure, you know. I think it looks alright, could be better, but it's alright, you know. Some of the skins on these pterosaurs are really nice, actually. Yeah, I think it's pretty good aviary, honestly. I don't hate it at all. And then just another little chill area and such, another Hammond statue over there. Got the monorail over there, which I would do a little monorail tour later on in the video. And then here I know we have J. Holopterus, which is sort of a forest enclosure, a nighttime forest. I really hope these guys return in Evolution 3, because I sort of want to do a Halloween park, you know. I'm not really a big Halloween guy in real life, but I feel like just it would be really cool to put these guys in a Halloween build where you have them flying around the park in a foresty area. And especially because of modular building, the possibilities are sort of endless at the moment for Evolution 3. So I really hope these guys return in a free update or even DLC. I'll still pay, I don't care. And then over here, another restaurant area. You know, we've got a big straight line, we've got dinosaurs ruled the earth and stuff, with a little area for the guests to relax. Then we go on to another crater. This is a really small crater. This has the Carnotaurus in it. And yeah, it's a really small crater, as you can see. It's not big, it's supposed to be. There's supposed to be like multiple craters across the park, some smaller than others, of course. You know, depending on the size of the meteorite and sort of the lore, I guess. And then some enclosures are just dug deep into the ground and aren't supposed to be craters, but yeah, this is a crater. We've got the Dominion one right here, and then we've got the Fallen Kingdom one next to it. Yeah, personally, I really like the Dominion sort of skin of Carnotaurus, just because, not even because of its broken horn, just because of its patterning. It's so cool looking. I like how it looks like a volcano. It just looks really nice. I think it's my favourite Carno skin for sure. I use it heaps. And then yeah, just go up here again. We'll go into first person for this part. We'll start from over here. Yeah, there's some paras. Got a few of them, of course. Yeah, there's probably like 30 or 40 paras in this exhibit, if I'm being real with you. There's another Nodosaur. I swear there's something else in here, but I just couldn't tell you off the top of my head. Now we're getting to the hotel section, so we'll go check that out in a second. Yeah, more paras, of course. We'll come back and visit this when it's nighttime. Oh yeah, this actually leads to the log down there in the main crater, so it's not just randomly placed, it actually has purpose. Then we go up here into the massive hotel area, which is really sweet. I've got a few large hotels, multi-hotels, and small hotels. It's not massively decorated, this area, just because I don't want my PC to blow up, because it was one of the most recent sort of additions to the park. And then yeah, you just go down here through all the hotels, and there's like a little park reserve you can just walk around as a guest. I should add benches around it to make it more realistic and like a park, but other than that it's alright, I don't mind that much. Now you may ask why the hell I've put down some multi-themed buildings when I have a pretty much full Jurassic World focused building set of a park. It's because I really like the multi-hotels and I think they look great, and I think they match into to a lot of biomes more than they should, honestly. Like, they actually look alright in this biome, they don't look horrible, you know. Like Jurassic Park building sets look out of place in the sort of forest biomes, but in the Malta set doesn't look that out of place for some reason, so I thought it was cool, and I really like the building itself, just as detailed really nicely. Go over here, we've got the monorail of course, then some lagoons. This is just a little tree section, but we've got in here, we've got Shonisaurus and Ichthyosaurus. Let's highlight, just see. Okay, yeah, they're all out of here. Can't really see. You can see the Shoni a little bit. Just a little another area here to walk through. I mean, if you're a guest, this kind of sucks because you can't even see into the water. Here we go. This is above the water, so I'll just get off this one, obviously. But we'll go into the lagoon. Yeah, we've got a few Ichthyosaurs. You know, they are really cool. They sort of they fill in a lot of space in the lagoons, which I really like, because they just sort of act as fish and stuff. And then we've got Shonisaurus, which sort of act as whales and stuff. Which is, personally, this is my favourite marine species in the game. It's a shame that it doesn't look like it's coming back for Evolution 3, but it probably will at a later date, so I'm not heaps worried, it's pretty popular. So I don't see Frontier never adding it back. But yeah, we've got 3 of them. A lighter blue one over here. I like this skin a lot more, personally. And then we have a black one over here, which also looks really great. Then there, obviously, Lagoon is just a bit of kelp and a bit of coral, you know, nothing special. You know, from here, this looks really nice. You get a massive view of the Ichthys and Shonies, so just great, honestly. Looks good. Go over here, we have an Archelon Lagoon, which personally is, you know, it's alright. We've got a lot of Archelons, so I feel like I might need to add another one of these islands. But it's alright, I reckon. Really like these guys as well. Just because they're so unique, because they're just sea turtles, pretty much. Big ones, sort of act as that in your prehistoric zoo. And yeah, obviously got another viewing sort of dome for the lagoon down here. Can't really see where they are. There's an Archelon there. There's a few over here. Yeah, their lagoon's pretty similar to the Shoney one. It's just kelp and coral and stuff. Nothing crazy, honestly. But yeah, personally, like, I think how I've sort of laid it down in that to add some sort of height variation in the park looks really nice, personally, rather than if it was just same level as the other 2 lagoons. Over here, we've got a big lagoon with the Nophosaurus and a few other species. I'm not 100% sure what's in here, but there's a few, I know that. Gonna get to watch social animation, which is pretty nice. But I really like these guys, honestly. Here's the Camp Cretaceous skin, which is pretty nice as well. Really do like these guys. I would expect them to come back for Evolution 3. Don't know if they'll be in the lagoons though, or just semi-aquatics in the deep water. I would assume they're in the lagoons though, just because of the fact that I don't think the dinos that swim actually go underwater, they just swim on the surface. They don't really dive and stuff, so I think Nophos will stay in the lagoons purely based off the fact that they go deep underwater and stuff. But yeah, this lagoon's pretty chill. We've got a Lasmosaurus over here. They all tend to stay together, which I like. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty ugly, but I still kind of like them. I don't actually hate them that much, you know. I like their body types, it's just I don't really like the texturing of them that much. Oh, they're socializing as well. That's nice. And then we also have Adenborosaurus, which is my favourite plesiosaurid. I mean, I don't know if I said that right, but yeah. Outside of Styxosaurus. Styxosaurus is my favourite though, probably just because of the fact that it's Lux, which looks really neat in the lagoons late at night. But yeah, I really like these guys. I like their skins, I like their body type and that. I like their social animation and stuff. Like, they're just a cool species overall. Pretty happy this guy's returning in Evolution 3. I'd rather this guy over Plesiosaurus any day, honestly. And then, yeah, another island for the Nophos, which is in a kelp-dominated area. Another social animation. It's pretty lucky. But yeah, the kelp's all floating here. I have no idea why. It's just the game's glitched out for some reason. But yeah, I don't care that much. We'll go over this way, and we'll ignore this whole section until later on. We'll sort of clear up this sort of area first. So we pretty much go over here, and then we have some really nice sort of natural sort of areas. We've got the Jurassic Park wall art. Got another sitting area for the guests and stuff, and this time it's got like hazards and barriers and stuff so the guests can't get close to the fence, which I like doing this, honestly. I think it looks really nice. And then obviously the viewing galleries. go around here. We've got an aviary and an enclosure. We'll see what's in here first. No, I've got a lot of species in here. Yeah, we've got more Dominion iguanodons. I don't know if they're in here just because I forgot that they already had an enclosure, or because I just felt like adding them again like I did with the paras. So I don't really mind though, it's alright. And then we've got Apatosaurus. What else did I just see? Pseudoceratops, yeah, they're in here. I think that's about it. Iguanodons, Apatosaurus, and Pseudoceratops. I'll quickly get out of here and just have a look for here. Yeah, a few Apatosaurus, and a few Pseudoceratops as well. So yeah, not bad. Their enclosure's really long, which I actually don't hate. I think it's a pretty nice looking enclosure. It fills in a lot of space. And then we'll obviously go up to the aviary over here, which is Pteranodons, I believe, and Thanatostraken. Don't know if I said that right. But yeah, got a few of them. I think the Pteranodons are just the Jurassic Park ones. I don't think I have Jurassic World Pteranodons in the park. Just because I do prefer the skins and patterning of the Jurassic Park ones. Like, this is really nice, honestly. And then, okay, yeah, there's a Pteranodon over here for some reason. I have no idea how he got out, but he did, so is what it is. And there's, okay, there's one over here as well. Yeah, there's something wrong with this park. Yeah, we've got a blue one over here, looks really nice. Can't even tell it's patterned, because its pattern is also blue, but it looks really good. And obviously, I think there's only 3 of these guys in here. This is my probably favourite pterosaur, I would say, just because it looks so realistic, and the fact that it's feathered, of course. Even with its really great patterning, though. So happy this guy's. Okay, he's... I don't know what the hell's happening to him. We're just going to ignore him. He's on something, but yeah, we'll leave him alone. So yeah, just a little dome you can look up to the pterosaurs flying above you, which I think is really cool, you know. If I was in Jurassic World, I would want to see pterosaurs flying above my head, you know, honestly. I think that's fair for me to say. But, I mean, it doesn't seem like they want to right now. Let me go out to the back of it. I'll hop in capture mode again, actually. And then we go into this massive plaza, which is alright, actually. I don't hate it. It's a bit chunky, but is what it is. Which gives you another look into the crater from over here. You can see all the Dreadnoughtus. They stand out a lot. And Triceratops. Then we'll go to this enclosure, which is Gyrosphere, around sort of Dracorex, Alamosaurus, and Edmontosaurus. I'm pretty sure this is themed after Hell Creek. Obviously the environment's probably not right at all, but the species in this, I think, all live in Hell Creek together, so I wanted to just recreate that sort of environment. The massive zipline. Oh, whoa, okay, something just happened there. But massive zipline over here. We'll go for a ride, actually, just to get an idea of what it's like. It's a bit of a glitch in this game where when I select a building or whatever, I can't really go down it. But yeah, massive zipline. It's actually really cool how you can just go over. Gyrospheres as well. It's a solid enclosure, I don't hate it. I really don't at all. Honestly. And then, we'll go over here to the left. We have a hotel area and Eutyrannus. Now, their enclosure isn't, it's just random, you know. I don't really care what's in it. But we've got a few of them. You know, this is a really nice skin, I actually really like that. That's right too, this is pretty good as well. And this is alright as well. Honestly, these guys have a really great model, so it seems like they are confirmed to Revolution 3, so that's pretty good news, I reckon. And considering they were the first time, well, the first big sort of mistake that people made with people like, oh, babies are in the game, just because the sort of perspective that the Eutyrannus was shot in when the DLC was first announced. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good enclosure. I like how the zipline goes over it as well. We'll go back up here to the main plaza. This isn't too special. This is just a Pyroraptor exhibit. You know, there's a few viewing galleries. Got Dominion skins. And we've got a few others. I don't know how much Pyroraptors are in here, but I know I've got like probably 10. I don't really tend to do patterns on my Pyroraptors just because I feel like with just the general skins, they look more realistic to a degree. Because I try and get them to look more like ducks and stuff, or like stuff like that. Like this looks more realistic than having a massive green splotch on it in a random spot. And I feel like just having the skin itself matches the Dominion skins a bit more, because it doesn't have crazy colouring. Or has crazy colouring, but not crazy patterning. Yeah, Pteranodon's over here again, don't know how. Yeah, this just sort of connects to that exhibit, just as a little invisible fence separating it. So yeah, nothing special over there, we'll just skip that part, nothing there, it's just a big path that goes around. But we'll go through here actually. I'll go into first person for this part. So you walk through here, you see dinosaurs ruled the earth, and we are coming up on our next crater, which is the Dilophosaurus crater. It's sort of swampy and tropical. We've got it's only Dominion Dilophosaurus, it's none of the normal skins, it's all the Dominion ones, because I like the Dominion ones like way more, honestly. But yeah, a few of these guys, because most of the craters are just iconic movie species, you know, so I didn't really want to do just original species in the craters. I was just trying to fill out them with movie and canon species and stuff, except for a few exceptions like Struffies and stuff like that. But yeah, this crater barely looks like a crater, honestly, but that's just because the grass has grown around the sides, which I don't really mind. Over here, massive Gigantoraptor exhibit. They get a massive area. It's very massive lake, very foresty. Looks really nice. I think we've got about 4 of them in here, or something, maybe more, honestly. One of my favourite species in game. Hope they return to Evolution 3 at launch, but I'm a bit worried they won't, honestly. And then we get into the massive facility area. So this is really off limit for the guests, but I don't really care. So we've got the DIN logo here to make it seem more facility-like. Then you got the sort of, I guess, maintenance center, you know, but it's Lost World themed. Over here, the medical thing, ranger team. Then you've got a hatchery, which also includes a little enclosure, hatching bay. A lot of cages over here, which I think looks really cool, honestly, the way it's organised. Go up here, power, expedition, then you've got a lot of staff centers and stuff here, fill in some areas. I think like some stuff parked, which I think looks really nice. And you go around here for a little forest area, you take it up to another staff center area, which, you know, my belief is that the staff centers are actually just sort of like hotels for the staff as well, so it's sort of just where they sleep and stuff like that before going out to work. Because obviously you're not driving in here every day. You're not driving into Bison Valley every day to go to work. You know, you're actually staying there probably for weeks at a time, then going home for like a week or something, you know. And another little nature thing looks really nice. Go over here, we've got the main control center of the park. You've got the science center as well. And then you've got some raised research outpost, which looks over the park. I think it looks great, actually, how they do that. And the way that this sort of whole facility section is just raised up looks really nice, in my opinion. Yeah, look at that. That looks really good, I reckon, honestly. Get a good look at the facility area and stuff. You can watch all hell break loose, really. Looks great, honestly. So we'll get out of here. Got a massive hill over here just to fill in some space. We'll go into the Gigantoraptors, though. Yeah, got about 4 or 5 of them in here. We've got a blue one. I think this one's sort of supposed to represent a male. The male's supposed to be more colourful and stuff. Then, yeah. Yeah, so we've got 4 Gigantoraptors. The other 3 are supposed to be like females, because they're dull and kind of boring. And then their enclosure kind of connects to this big herbivore one, but there's a massive bridge here, which I've just had to improvise, obviously, with the power lines and just putting rocks close together. I should have just put them in each other because I have mods so I can do that, but I don't know why I didn't. Just too much work now to do it all though. So yeah, go over here and then you come out on the next crater, which is pretty big size. I'd say it's a medium sized crater. Go to that in a sec. We'll go to the petting zoo area first. So this is blocked off just based on the fact that all of the petting zoo animals just keep trying to leave, so I've had to block it off. Can't actually get in by doing that, so we'll go in here. Toilet area, little walkway, and then you can go into the actual exhibit and walk around. We've got Minmi in here, got a lot of them actually. Hemalocephalae as well. A lot of them. Microceratus is also in here. And I believe we have, yeah, Morris Intrepidus as well. I just thought all these 4 species would be pretty good in the petting zoo area. The Minmice would be pretty calm, same as Malos. And Morris I've seen eating off a kid's hand in the Ender Dominion, so I was like, you know what, let's just add it in the petting zoo. And I'm sure they'd be relatively tame IRL. I mean, they were way bigger in real life, but in the Jurassic World universe, you know what I mean. And then go out here. Got another hotel area with a monorail track to sort of create this raised architectural design, which looks alright actually. I don't hate it. Then that's just hatchery and power and stuff. The power's just there for Hyperloop though. I don't really know why it's needed, but there is a reason for it apparently. Hotels here, which look into the massive Megalodon Lagoon. We've got 3 of them in here. We've got a black one. We have a sort of just grey one, and then we have another one. Yeah, another grey one with a lighter grey. So essentially it's more realistic colouring and stuff with the sharks. I didn't want to give them the spotted patterning that they have in game, because I was just like, it's just not realistic. I'd just rather have sharks like this that look honestly more scary without the patterning and stuff. And yeah, they've got a massive kelp forest, a lot of open space, and then they've got a few shark feeders to eat off. But yeah, honestly, like, it's so terrifying to see these guys go past when you're just in here. Like, look at that. I wouldn't go on one of these IRL. Even if it was 100% safety, I just wouldn't do it. I just couldn't bring myself to it, honestly. And then yeah, Megalodon right over the top as well. See, that's probably the scariest, honestly, when it just goes right over the top like nothing's happening. Then over here, another viewing area for them. Yeah, I like how I've done this maintenance thing around here, honestly. Sort of cut off the feeder and stuff, and people reaching it. Custom decoration because of no hitboxes. But yeah, this massive facility area is my favourite area in the park, honestly. I really like the layout of it and stuff. I think it looks great, honestly. Then you go over here to the other crater. Have another little facility area to cut off people from reaching the feeders and stuff. And it's double layered here, showing this really nice. Then you go in here, we've got Sinoceratops and Spinoceratops as well. So this is sort of a swampy enclosure, you know. I think the only Spinoceratops is these 2, which is Angel and Rebel. This one's Angel, and the other one is Rebel. From Camp Cretaceous, obviously. And then, yeah, I really like the fog over here gets, like, really intense, so I think it's pretty good, honestly. And we'll go up to the Innovation Center Plaza, which doesn't have a lot of buildings, actually, but it's just a area to see a few enclosures. It's sort of just a guest hub, I guess. And then you get a massive gyrosphere enclosure, which, this isn't a crater, by the way. This is just a layered down exhibit, which just has Mamenchisaurus. At first, I'm pretty sure I had some other sauropods in here, but I already had them in the park, so I just replaced them with these guys. And yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I like how the gyrosphere is like sort of on a cliff's edge, you know, and if we drive it, go down, I'll switch cameras actually. and you're in there with these giants and stuff. I think it looks really nice, honestly. The exhibit's a bit plain itself, like all of this, I guess, but I don't really care that much. Should take us up here. We've got Dunkley Osteus Lagoon, also one of my favourite marine species, just because of the fact that they're just not like a generic. They're pretty cool looking. Yeah, I think I've only got 2 of these in here. Maybe I've got a third. Nah, definitely only 2. Okay. Yeah, these guys are cool as I really like them. And then yeah, obviously massive look into the final crater of the park, the biggest crater. Another arrival point. Then in this closure we have Monolophosaurus. Don't know how much. Yeah, 16. Okay, more. 18. Okay, we've got 18 Monolophosaurus in this enclosure. It's a bit much, but it is what it is. Yeah, these guys are an alright species. I don't use them that much, so I was like, I probably should because they have really nice patterning and stuff. Like, if you look at this one, this looks really cool. So I was like, let's just add some in, you know, because they're pretty cool looking. Then another area behind here, which has Concavinator. I don't think there's actually a lot of them. But yeah, they look pretty great. Yeah, there's only 5 Concavinator. Yeah, really cool species. Just sort of fills in this area. Then we go through the lagoon in a tour truck. I'll drive it actually. So you've got a few pterosaur species in here. Not sure what, but okay, I can see Geosternbergia, and I think that's a Maurodactylus as well, and Tapijara. Okay, we've got 3 species of pterosaurs. Yeah, this exhibit's kind of bland as well, nothing special. Then you go out here and you got a VIP area. In my idea, this is completely VIP area. You can't really get off here unless you have like a VIP pass or whatever. And then it's just a raised sort of guest area and stuff. Like, getting out here would be pretty cool. You go up here because you see a little area to rest, and then really cool looking area into Loratidon and Tyrannosaurus exhibits. And then little guest plaza on the side because it's VIP obviously. Another hotel and stuff. And then yeah, I've used the Frontier Tyrannosaurus just because I like its skins more, but other than that it's pretty, you know, it's pretty much on par with Camp Cretaceous one. But yeah, I mean, it shouldn't really be VIP just for these 2 species. I mean, it's not really supposed to be VIP, it's more just a hotel area for the VIP guests to get out to and stuff. It's just secluded if you want peace and quiet, you know. That's what it's supposed to be. And, you know, I feel like a VIP area should have some pretty, like, really, like, unique sort of artistic looking species in here. So I don't mind that. Then yeah, we'll go through the aviary just to have another look. Pretty long. Yeah, Maurodactylus of course. With Tapijara. And then Geosternbergia as well. And then yeah, we'll have a quick look at the big crater now. So in here we've got T-Rex and Velociraptors. Nothing too special. Yeah, we've got Bull T-Rex, Doe, and Buck somewhere. I just don't know where he is. He's probably in the forest hiding. Oh, he's right there. I'm actually so blind. But yeah, and then over here we've got a bunch of Velociraptors, sort of a more jungle-like exhibit. But yeah, this crater is just a big sort of river that flows around and stuff. I think it looks really nice. Then we've got the log viewing area just to get a good look out in here. Nothing too special, honestly. Then we go up here. We've got the Dimorphodon aviary, which is just Dominion Dimorphodons. You know, it just fills in a lot of Just fills in space, gets us another species in, and the skins and patterning on these guys look really good, honestly. Also because they're feathered, it looks way better. But yeah, I mean, pretty cool. I actually like these guys. Work really good in a Halloween build as well. And then yeah, just another little guest area to look out into the final crater, I guess. You get a really good look from here as well, with the T-Rex statue, which links back up to the lagoons over here. And then we'll have our final look over here. We've got another guest area. Then we've got a massive crater for the Tarbosaurus. Actually, it's not massive, but it's like medium large. So another arrival point here. Get out here straight away. Tarbosaurus exhibit. Got two of them. We've got the Camp Cretaceous one, and we've got just a Frontier skin as well, which I think looks really nice. Blends in with the exhibit really well, actually. And yeah, I mean, the pathing over here is pink. It's different, but I think it's cool. It's sort of another section of the park. Looks really nice. A lot of zip lines over here, which I think is really neat. It's actually terrifying. Like, going down here is really cool. Like, imagine falling off here. I mean, you're dead straight away, but the fear that if you somehow survive, a Tarbosaurus is going to snatch you up right away. It's pretty scary. And then, yeah, get out of here. A lot of restaurants around here, restrooms, some benches and stuff. I had a lot of fun building this area, actually. This crater was probably the funnest area to build in the park, honestly. And then we go around here. We've got another massive plant area, which is just full. We have this remote viewing entrance, which leads into the dome with the Ankylosaurus, Corythosaurus, and Jurassic Park 3 Brachiosaurs. So, got a few of them. I think this enclosure's alright. It's like a river, because it's like obviously like the scene from Jurassic Park 3. So, personally, I like it a lot, actually. You get a pretty good view from here as well. And then here we've got the San Diego Amphitheater, a little area out here, you know, whatever. And then in here we have the Giganotosaurus. We have two in here. Yeah, they stay together a lot. Got the movie variant ones just because they're canon, obviously, but not the movie skins. So, yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Their enclosure's humongous, by the way. They got so much space. That's why they barely even go in the amphitheater, because they just chill out here and get food out here. So, I mean, if I was smart, I would cut down their exhibit by like half the space they have and not put any food sources out here. And then, yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool from here. Like, if they walk in here and that looks nice. Then, yeah, big, from the most recent video and build, obviously, this exhibit with the galleys and the Tor and the Kentrosaurus. The Kentrosaurus all tend to hang in this area, and then the galleys sort of float around. Right now, they're all together, though. But yeah, nothing too crazy in this exhibit, just sort of built to waste some space. Then another little guest area here for when you get out. A little walked-in area. And then you got some hotels, which looks really nice and stuff, honestly. So pretty much that's it. That's the whole park, I guess. I've gone through the whole thing now, really. I think it looks pretty great, personally. I think we should go through the monorail, though, just to see what we can get. Here we go. So we're right here. And, yeah, there's no different camera view. So you go into the main crater from here. I think it looks pretty nice. I might speed up the time. Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, speed up time. Okay, that's slow motion. This is normal. 1 is normal. 4 is slow motion. 3 is really fast. Yeah, so you go through here, looks really good. It doesn't cover the whole park, but it covers most of the park. So just for those lazy people who don't want to walk, there's a lot of space and stuff. Stops here for a little bit, and then it gets going right after. Yeah, you get a little good view into the lagoons right here, so pretty good, honestly. over the Dimorphodon Avery as well. And then we stop around here. Yeah, another good look at the crater and the Innovation Center. And probably leave in 10 seconds. And we go over the lagoon, so... Yeah, this would be terrifying to go over if you're in a monorail. You just don't know. You just don't know. Like, you can't predict how the megalodons behave. And you can't see half of them as well, because they sort of stay deep and stuff. There, you can see that one. And then you go up this massive hill. Which looks really good. You get a massive view of the park. It looks really good up here. Yeah, low health and that. This happens a lot. I'll just reload the save so it doesn't happen anymore. It's probably the pteranodons. I can see one flying around in front of me. But yeah, pretty much monorail goes through the facility area and then stops. So yeah, it covers a lot of distance, goes up around here obviously, this is where we started, but goes all around here through the Gigas and stops at the Averys over here. I wanted to make it do the full park, but I was just like, I don't want it to destroy enclosures by the pillars being placed, so I was just like, let's just have it in a certain area and stuff, you know, you have to walk a bit, you have to be a bit fit. So I was like, yeah, that'd be pretty nice, honestly. Let's see what species are dead, by the way. Thanatos-Straken, yeah, it was probably the one that got frozen for a while. Dimorphodons are low. Yeah, I don't know. Their AI trips out when the park's this full. So we'll go into night mode, actually, and just check out what the game sort of looks like. So yeah, it looks really nice. All the lights really, really light up really well at night. You got the Ankylodocus over here, of course. Deluxe, which look really great. Then you go down here too, we've got Stegoceratops somewhere, I just have to spot them. Here we go. A few of them, they look really good. And then yeah, just more lights everywhere, looks pretty great. Then paras all through here that light up and stuff like that. We'll go cinematic mode. But yeah, looks really good from here. I think we don't actually have that much Lux species in the park, you know. I don't have Spinoraptor in here, Styxosaurus isn't in here, and the Spinoceratops aren't Lux because I've used the Campretaceous skins, obviously. And I don't have Indoraptor and Indominus, so there isn't much Lux species, but I think the game still looks really good at night in this park just because of all the lights and stuff that happen, all the nightlife. Even though night in this game essentially is still pretty much, it's still bright really. I wouldn't mind Evolution 3 having a way darker night. I still want one similar to this, but I wouldn't mind there being a like really dark night option where it's just way darker, it's actually like black and stuff. And you can barely see a thing. Just for horror maps and stuff. And just to get that really big, that really like sort of night feel, you know what I mean? Yeah, it looks great. You know, it's sad to say, I mean, sad and happy to say that we've come to the end of the series, you know. We're done with this park now, don't have to touch it for ages. I mean, probably I'm barely going to visit it again, if I'm being honest. Because Evolution 3 is coming out in about a month now for me. When you watch this video, it'll be way less than a month. But yeah, I mean, good last and final build. I mean, honestly, I think it's the first and final park build of the channel. The first ever. I mean, actually, it's not the first ever park build I started. I started one, then I was just like, no, this park just doesn't look good, so I just completely got rid of it. I still have the save, I just don't play it. I haven't finished it and stuff. Maybe I'll come back to it at some point, but really unlikely. But other than that, yeah, this is pretty much it for this park. I want to say thank you to everyone for watching the series. Thank you for watching this video in particular. If you have any ideas or suggestions for what you want me to build in Evolution 3, just drop it in the comments, or just any other sort of content you want me to make, more Prehistoric Kingdom videos and stuff, I'm fine to do that. So yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe, obviously, and thanks for watching. See you later.